Hey everybody, Alan Donnelly here with the NPC News Online. I am here with Richard Jones. Richard, it's when you say it, it's kind of tough to believe, but 2003 NPC USA overall winner. 10 years, when you think about 10 years ago and the things that happened, being the talk of the bodybuilding world, having so many expectations placed upon you, kind of take us back in time a little bit, and what does it mean to you now?
Well, when I won the USA in 2003, I was the first light heavy in the history of the contest to ever do that.
Yeah.
And not only I won it on my first try. So turning pro, I just kind of went from the earth to the moon overnight. A lot of publicity came with that, and a lot of expectations.
Yeah.
Expectations that, to be truthful, I really didn't know how to handle at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I did my best, and I tried to keep essentially what was working for me instead of playing the mass game.
Right.
But 10 years later, still having my name buzz around is an honor. That means I've made some type of impact.
Yeah.
on some fans of the sport.
Yep. Now, those expectations, that you did say maybe you weren't ready for them. Are there things now, looking back, that you would have done differently, maybe knowing what you know now?
Yeah, absolutely. I probably would have done some things differently.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, with the knowledge that I had, I did the best that I could.
Yeah.
Because, being a professional is a business in itself.
Yeah.
So I went from having a hobby to having a paid profession.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot to juggle at the time. I was traveling a lot and trying to train and still live up to the expectations of what people were expecting out of me.
Yeah, and you got the contract. I mean, was it the Muscle Tech contract? Was that right before or right after?
Actually, my first contract was with Joe Weider,
Right.
Muscle and Fitness Publications. I had a 2-year deal, and that gave me some leeway. But the traveling and probably juggling a couple of things, probably too many things to tell you the truth. And then I really didn't know which direction I wanted my physique to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest guy. I've never been the biggest guy on stage.
Yeah.
I always just try to present a package that was more complete. So.
Right. Now, like you said, weren't the biggest guy, and did want to present that overall package, which brings us to the 212 division. Now, you did compete in that division once. I think it was 2009 in Pittsburgh, but you do have something on your mind that you might potentially be looking to return in that division. Is that right?
Yeah. In fact, in 2009, I just didn't have a good showing.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds strange coming from a guy who has competed many years.
Right.
But when I started getting ready in 2009, I kind of forgot, what I needed to do.
Right.
and to come in properly.
Yeah.
Because I've been off the stage, at that time, 5 years. The Mr.
it's
Olympia, it's a long time.
Yeah.
So I kind of lost a little in touch with my body.
Yeah.
Really didn't know. So I didn't have a good showing.
Yeah.
Obviously I didn't have a good showing. I think I placed eighth or ninth. And obviously that wasn't me.
Right.
And that division was 202.
Right.
And trying to lose too much weight or whatever. I think at my height and the size that I can hold, I think 212 is going to be a better fit for me.
Yeah.
And to mention on the 212, 2014 is
Yeah.
going to present the first ever 212 division at the Arno Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a pro, I have never competed at the Arno Classic,
Right.
even though I did the Mr. Olympia. That's one show that burns in my soul
Right.
that I've never done.
Right.
Every year that I look at it, I just, the overall presentation of the show is just amazing. And I've never been able to be part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And now that it has the 212 division, I think that might be right.
So you're looking to come back. You're going to make a comeback at the 2014 Arno Classic.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Yes, I am.
Wow. Well, I'm sure, with everything you've done with your name, I'm sure you will get serious consideration. I mean, getting an invite, obviously that's an invite-only show, but I'm sure you'll be right in the mix. Arnold, aside, I mean, what is it about the 212 division? Why do you think it's a good fit for you, and where do you see yourself fitting in with, the Flex Lewis's, the Samuel Haddads, the Jose Raymonds in a lineup?
Yeah. The 212 is actually a really good fit for me because I can actually put on a lot of size and then still maintain my aesthetics. You know, so I'm trying to, my goal is to present a package that's more, just more of what worked for me when I turned pro, but just maybe 15 pounds heavier.
Okay.
And if I can duplicate or exceed the condition that I was in 2003 with 15 more pounds, that will set me right in between 212, and I think I'll be a formidable competitor.
So you'll be towards the bigger end of the two. You're looking, you know, I know it's tough to pinpoint, but you're thinking coming in close to that 212 limit then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm shooting for. I'm going to do everything I need to do, and I'm just going to eat, sleep, and train. And there is not going to be any distractions going into the show, probably for the first time since I turned pro. So I am going all out, 1,000%.
Now, do you feel like you have some unfinished business, whether it's, you know, just to you, whether it's to fans? I mean, do you kind of have that feeling that there is some unfinished business for Richard Jones and the IFBB?
Personally, yeah. I do. Yeah, I'm a competitor. I love to compete. It's fun. I've been doing it since I was 18 years old. It still excites me. Even when I go to an amateur show or a pro show, it's like I still get that flame. And every time I try to put the flame out, it just burns deep inside me. And it's just like a little gauge on the stove, whether you got high flames or low flames. And, you know, it gets fired back up. I get fired back up. You know, I want to train, and, you know, and I want to compete. You know?
Now, how seriously are you training now? I mean, how many days a week you're in the gym? What's the training like for you?
I'm in the gym 5 days a week. My training is very good. I'm very strong right now. I feel good. You know, I'm 230, 233, and I have abs right now. So I think I'm just gonna, you know, progress from there, and then obviously come down to be right in between 210 and 212, and probably the best condition that I can ever get in.
So conditioning is going to be the name of the game for you this one.
Yes, conditioning is going to be the key for me. You know, I want to maintain, you know, the small waist, the aesthetics, and I just want to present an overall complete package on stage.
Well, there you have it. Richard Jones looking to make big news, looking to make a comeback at the 2014 Arno Classic 212 division. Richard, best of luck to you. We'll see you there.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks.